What if I told you the key to a thriving pepper harvest isn't just sunlight and water, but a hidden language your plants are trying to speak? Every leaf, every flower, every tiny pepper tells a story about what it's missing. Join me as we decode these vital clues and unlock the organic secrets to explosive growth and an abundance of delicious peppers, no matter their stage. After years of growing peppers organically in my own garden and helping thousands of fellow gardeners through the Smart Garden community, I've learned that understanding pepper nutrition isn't just about feeding your plants, it's about building a relationship with them. When you know how to read their signals and respond with the right organic solutions, you'll be amazed at how your pepper patch transforms from struggling seedlings to prolific producers bursting with flavor. The secret language of pepper leaves. Your pepper plants are constantly communicating with you, and their leaves are the most reliable messengers. Learning to interpret these signals is your first step toward becoming a pepper whisperer who can diagnose and solve nutritional issues before they become serious problems. When you notice yellowing leaves starting from the bottom of your pepper plants and working upward, your plants are crying out for nitrogen. This is one of the most common nutritional deficiencies, especially during the vigorous growth phase. The older leaves sacrifice themselves to send available nitrogen to the newer growth, creating that telltale bottom-up yellowing pattern. The organic fix is surprisingly simple and incredibly effective. Create a nitrogen-rich compost tea by steeping well-aged compost in water for 24 to 48 hours. Then strain and dilute it to a light amber color. Apply this liquid gold around the base of your plants every 2 weeks, and watch as new growth emerges with that deep, healthy green color that signals optimal nitrogen levels. Purple stems and stunted growth tell a completely different story. Your peppers are struggling with phosphorus deficiency. This often happens in cooler soil conditions, or when your soil pH is just too high or too low, which prevents phosphorus uptake even if it's already there. Phosphorus is absolutely crucial for strong root development and energy transfer throughout the plant. The organic solution here involves incorporating bone meal into the soil around your plants, and you'll want to work it gently into the top few inches. Just be careful not to disturb those roots. Fish bone meal is particularly excellent because it releases phosphorus slowly over several weeks. Oh, and don't forget, you'll want to make sure your soil temperature stays above 60 degrees Fahrenheit, since cool soil dramatically reduces phosphorus availability, no matter how much you add. Perhaps the most dramatic leaf language involves curling leaves with brown, crispy edges, a clear sign of potassium imbalance. Potassium regulates water movement and enzyme function in plants, so deficiency creates stress that shows up as leaf curl and marginal burn. Wood ash from hardwood fires provides an excellent organic source of potassium, but you really need to use it sparingly since it can raise your soil pH. A more balanced approach involves creating banana peel fertilizer by chopping banana peels and burying them around your pepper plants. As they decompose, they release potassium along with other beneficial nutrients. Kelp meal is another fantastic organic option that provides not only potassium but also trace minerals that enhance overall plant health. Sprouting Success Organic Foundations for Seedlings. The journey to pepper perfection begins long before transplanting, and creating the right organic foundation for your seedlings sets the stage for everything that follows. Your seed starting mix should be a carefully balanced blend that provides gentle nutrition without overwhelming those tender roots. The ideal organic seed starting mix, well, it combines equal parts high-quality compost coconut coir or peat moss and vermiculite, with a handful of worm castings for every gallon of mix. This combination provides excellent drainage while retaining just enough moisture, and those worm castings offer slow-release nutrients that won't burn delicate seedling roots. The key here is understanding that seedlings need nutrition, but in much gentler doses than mature plants. Too much nutrition at this stage actually inhibits root development since plants become a bit lazy, preferring to absorb nutrients rather than develop strong root systems to seek them out. Once your pepper seedlings develop their very first true leaves, they're ready for gentle organic feeding that will fuel robust growth without shocking their systems. You want to create a diluted fish emulsion solution at about quarter strength, applying it every 2 weeks during the seedling stage. Fish emulsion provides balanced nutrition with a gentle nitrogen boost that promotes healthy leaf development. The smell might be strong initially, but honestly, it dissipates quickly, and your seedlings will respond with vigorous, healthy growth that's unmistakable. Environmental factors play a crucial role in nutrient uptake during the seedling stage, and optimizing these conditions ensures your organic nutrition efforts are maximally effective. It's important to maintain soil temperatures between 70 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal root activity and nutrient absorption. Cool soil? Well, it severely limits nutrient uptake regardless of what you feed your plants. You want to provide consistent moisture without waterlogging, as both drought stress and oversaturation prevent proper nutrient movement within the plant. And most importantly, ensure adequate light, either bright indirect sunlight or grow lights positioned 4 to 6 inches above the seedlings for 14 to 16 hours daily. Vigorous growth is really what fuels the vegetative stage. The vegetative growth stage is where your peppers build the framework for future fruit production, and this is when consistent organic nutrition becomes absolutely critical. During this phase, your plants are essentially constructing the solar panels and plumbing system they'll need to support heavy fruit loads later in the season. Compost tea becomes your secret weapon during vegetative growth, providing a steady stream of available nutrients while supporting beneficial soil microorganisms that enhance nutrient uptake. Create actively aerated compost tea by combining high-quality compost with water and bubbling air through it for 24 to 48 hours. This aerobic process multiplies beneficial bacteria and fungi while extracting water-soluble nutrients from the compost. The result is a living fertilizer that feeds both your plants and the soil ecosystem. Apply this nutrient-rich brew every week during active growth, watering it directly onto the soil around your plants rather than on the leaves. Side dressing with aged manure provides the slow-release nitrogen that supports sustained vegetative growth without the boom-and-bust cycle that synthetic fertilizers often create. Work aged cow or horse manure into the soil around your plants in a circle about 6 inches from the stem, incorporating it gently into the top 2 to 3 inches of soil. This creates a nutrient reservoir that releases nitrogen steadily over 6 to 8 weeks as soil microorganisms break down the organic matter. The key word here is aged. Fresh manure can burn plants and introduce harmful bacteria, while properly aged manure has been composted long enough to eliminate pathogens while concentrating nutrients. Organic mulch serves a dual purpose during vegetative growth, conserving soil moisture while slowly decomposing to release nutrients throughout the growing season. Apply a 3 to 4 inch layer of organic mulch such as straw-shredded leaves or grass clippings around your pepper plants, keeping the mulch about 2 inches away from the plant stems to prevent pest issues. As this organic matter decomposes, it feeds soil microorganisms that in turn make nutrients more available to your plants. The moisture retention benefit cannot be overstated. Consistent soil moisture is essential for steady nutrient uptake, and mulch creates the stable environment your peppers need to thrive. Bountiful blooms and fruit, the reproductive phase. The transition from vegetative growth to reproductive phase represents a critical shift in your pepper's nutritional needs, and adjusting your organic feeding strategy accordingly makes the difference between a few peppers and an abundant harvest that keeps your kitchen supplied all season long. When flower buds begin forming, your plant's phosphorus and potassium requirements spike dramatically. These nutrients are essential for flower development, fruit set, and the energy-intensive process of converting flowers into peppers. Bone meal worked into the soil provides slow-release phosphorus, while kelp meal supplies potassium, along with trace minerals that support reproductive processes. Apply both amendments monthly during the flowering and fruiting phase, working them gently into the soil around your plants. The combination creates a nutrient foundation that supports heavy flowering and fruit production without the excessive vegetative growth that high nitrogen would encourage. Blossom end rot appears as dark sunken spots on the bottom of developing peppers and represents one of the most frustrating issues for pepper growers. While it's often attributed to calcium deficiency, it's actually a calcium uptake problem, usually caused by inconsistent watering rather than a lack of calcium in the soil. However, ensuring adequate available calcium helps prevent this issue from occurring. So crush and pulverize eggshells, then work them into the soil around your plants. The calcium carbonate in eggshells releases slowly as the shells decompose, providing a steady calcium source. Bone meal also supplies calcium along with phosphorus, making it an excellent dual-purpose amendment during the reproductive phase. Trace element deficiencies often emerge during heavy fruit production when plants are working overtime to develop peppers. These micronutrients, including iron, magnesium, zinc, and manganese, are needed in small quantities but are absolutely essential for proper fruit development and plant health. Kelp meal provides an excellent spectrum of trace minerals, but for immediate results, create a foliar spray using liquid kelp or fish emulsion diluted to half strength. Apply this micronutrient boost early morning or evening when stomata are open, allowing direct absorption through the leaves. This bypasses any soil-based uptake issues and delivers nutrients directly where they're needed most. Harvest and regeneration, sustaining your pepper patch. The harvest phase doesn't signal the end of your nutritional care. In fact, this is when strategic organic feeding can extend your harvest season and prepare your plants for continued production or successful overwintering, depending on your climate and goals. Post-harvest rejuvenation becomes crucial as your pepper plants have invested tremendous energy in fruit production and need replenishment to continue producing. After your first major harvest, apply a balanced organic fertilizer such as composted chicken manure or a fish and kelp blend. Long-term soil health requires thinking beyond the current season to build fertility for years of productive pepper growing. Green manures and cover crops planted in unused garden areas or around established pepper plants help fix nitrogen, break up compacted soil, and add organic matter when tilled in. Crimson clover, winter rye, and buckwheat are excellent choices that improve soil structure while adding nutrients. If you're growing peppers in containers, refresh the growing medium by mixing in fresh compost and worm castings before replanting, creating a nutrient-rich foundation for the next growing cycle. Winterizing peppers in mild climates or preparing container plants for indoor overwintering requires adjusting your organic nutrition approach for dormancy or reduced growth. You'll want to reduce nitrogen feeding to encourage plants to slow growth and get ready for dormancy, but, keep providing phosphorus and potassium to support root health through the winter. A final application of bone meal and wood ash in late fall really helps plants store energy for spring emergence. And for container plants brought indoors, just reduce feeding frequency, but maintain basic nutrition with monthly applications of diluted compost tea. The beauty of organic pepper nutrition lies not just in the immediate results, healthier plants, more abundant harvests, and better tasting peppers, but in the long-term soil building that creates an increasingly productive growing environment year after year. When you feed your soil ecosystem rather than just your plants, you're investing in sustainable productivity that improves with time, rather than depleting resources. Understanding and implementing these organic nutrition strategies transforms pepper growing from guesswork into a reliable system that produces consistent results. Every yellowing leaf becomes a clear communication rather than a mystery. Every flowering phase becomes an opportunity for strategic feeding rather than hoping for the best. And every harvest becomes evidence of the powerful relationship between healthy soil, proper nutrition, and abundant production. Ready to decode what your pepper plants are telling you and unlock their full productive potential? Subscribe to Smart Garden for more organic growing secrets that will transform your garden, and share this guide with fellow gardeners who are ready to grow their best peppers, ever using nothing but nature's own solutions. Your pepper plants, and your taste buds, will thank you for making the switch to organic nutrition that works with natural processes rather than against them.